Now, before I cross the bridge to the other side of the canal, I'm just stopping at this section of the Erie Canalway Trail, which is currently closed now. It's about a 2.5 mile stretch from this part of Little Falls down to General Herkimer Homestead. They're going to, looks like they already repaved the surface. That looks new. But they're going to do repavement, add, fencing, greenery, etc., more safety features. Should be open by Memorial Day 2022. Hey folks, Walking Writer here. It's July 19th, 2022. I'm on the Erie Canalway Trail in Little Falls, New York. Today I'll be walking a 2.5 mile section that has been closed since last autumn. They've been repaving it, putting up new fences, I think some new water culverts. So we'll start in Little Falls, New York and go into the Town of Danube behind General Herkimer Homestead, and I'll film the whole 2.5 mile stretch. I'll speed most of it up so we can see what it looks like. All right, I'll start down that way just a little bit and we'll do the whole trail. All right, this is the start of the 2.5 mile stretch. They have little solar lighting on my left here. So we'll go through the whole trail starting here to the behind General Herkimer home in the Town of Danube. Besides the new paving job, we have some new wooden fencing over here, a little bit of signage. Here's a quick peek at the Erie Canal on my left side, and that's Goat Island you see over there. And on the other side you have a small creek. There is a waterfall up there. You can't see it from here, too many trees. Well, let's go in there real quick and take a peek at it. Well, not much of a waterfall today. We've been lacking rain here. And it just goes down there into the canal. Here's another section of new fencing here, some new signs. It's a warm one today, probably going to be in the low 80s, a little muggy. Tomorrow's going to be really hot, I think near 90. So tomorrow's a stay inside day. And to my left is Lock 17 on the Erie Canal, a little water elevator to let the boats go through. This bypasses a rocky section of the Mohawk River so the boats can get by. Here's a little better view of it. Now, in several of my previous videos, I've walked this part of the trail, so you've seen parts of it if you watch them. That's the Mohawk River down there, flowing east down to Albany, New York, where it meets with the Hudson River and heads down to New York City. Here's the remains of a stone structure. I've walked by this a million times, but I've never walked inside it. Maybe someday when it's not so weedy. How you doing today? Now I can hear a train going by on the other side of the river. Where I'm walking now used to be a railroad track decades ago. You can see a little bit of the train from this angle. Here's a better view of the Mohawk River. Here's a pretty section of the trail through some rocks. I mentioned in one of my previous videos I probably had to use a lot of dynamite to blast through this when it was a rail line. Okay, this is where the trail veers off to the highway for a quick minute, and then we get back on the trail just beyond that fence up there. There you can see beyond this fence where the trail continues over there. I suppose if you're a brave soul you could climb down there. Not so easy with a bike though. We're going this way. Now if you watch my previous video, this is where I started that one, but I went that direction. Today we'll go this way. Now the trail I'm on right now is part of the Empire State Trail. It's divided into 3 parts. The Erie Canalway Trail, which I'm on, goes 360 miles from Albany in the east to Buffalo in the west. Then there's a section from New York City going north to Albany, and then from Albany to the Canadian border, another section. This section I'm going to walk on now used to be a stone and dirt path, and further up all grassy, so it's all paved now. A lot easier for bikers and walkers. Maybe hard to see it, but over in the distance there's a swamp water there. It's a large swamp, there's a lot of weeds in front, so it's hard to see. But this swamp, I mentioned in the previous video, was an inspiration for a swamp in my epic fantasy, Nicholas Raven and the Wizard's Web. I published that book in 2015. It took me about 14 years to write the first draft, another 2 years to edit. But the entire project was almost 37 years, including the outline and thinking about the story. It's an epic fantasy novel, a little over 1,800 page in paperback form. Lord of the Rings inspired story. I first read Lord of the Rings in 1975 when I was 12, and that inspired me to write this. So I'll put some information and links below if you're interested in checking it out. And while I'm talking about this book, I'd like to give a thank you and a shout out to Mike's Book Review. It's a YouTube channel. A week or so ago he gave a shout out to my book, the Nicholas Raven and the Wizard's Web series. So thank you very much, Mike, and I'll put a link to his channel and that video below. Now this section of trail used to be all grass, so I'll put a clip in from one of my previous videos so you can get the comparison. Okay, at this point we have to cross the highway here to get the next part of the trail. Highway goes up that way, but this way will lead to General Herkimer Homestead, or behind the homestead, and then we'll reach our 2.5 mile point. So let's get going. Okay, we made it to the 2.5 mile mark. You can see they stopped work on the trail right there. And right behind me is General Herkimer Homestead. Now in some of my previous videos I have been down at General Herkimer and filmed parts of it. So today I'll just go up there and take a few quick pictures, and I'll post them at the end of this video. Alright folks, that'll do it for this video. It's been a hot one today, but tomorrow's going to be even worse, so I'm glad I walked today. So hope you enjoyed this, and I'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.